I'm Dr. Anabel, and together we've explored everything from restoring cardiovascular strength to fortifying your mental resilience. But today, I want to guide you into a topic that too many men avoid until it's too late: the hidden consequences of neglecting your own sexual health. If you're over 50, maybe closer to 60 or beyond, you may be thinking, I'm past that phase, or I have other priorities. But what if I told you that stepping away from regular sexual release isn't merely a lifestyle choice? It's a decision that could undermine your strength, clarity, and independence in ways you've never considered. Let's bring this idea closer to home with a familiar story. Meet Mark, the proactive achiever. Imagine Mark. He's 59, perhaps 62 by now. He's cultivated success over decades in his investments, his professional reputation, and his fitness regimen. He eats clean, keeps his cholesterol in check, and prides himself on showing up as a reliable friend, recovery, father, or even a permanent loss of mobility. There's a quieter part of Mark's life. I know. A part he has unconsciously permitted to fade into obscurity. It doesn't have to be his private sexual well-being. Because just like the foundation of a house holds everything above it, maybe he and his partner have simply grown distant in their intimacy. And if you perhaps he's convinced himself that sexual expression is trivial or adolescent, nourished, something the rest of your body will thank you for years to come. But here's the stark reality. So today I'm going to share three care about social norms, embarrassment, or excuses. Foods that are reproductive and sexual systems remain physiologically active for as long as you live, absolutely essential to your long-term strength and freedom through sexual activity, self-pleasure, or any other that not only helps your legs, but they don't simply stay on pause and supports your heart. Deteriorate. You won't want to miss that. And that decline doesn't just affect your bedroom. Let me ask you a personal question. Out into nearly have you noticed a difference in your legs lately? The principle: use it or lose it. More relevant with age. Let's start with a universal truth. Every major system in your body is governed by the principle of use it or lose it. Your muscles? If you stop strength training, they atrophy. Your cardiovascular health? Without movement, circulation weakens. Your mind? Without challenges in learning, neurons disconnect. And your sexual system? Your prostate, your erectile tissues, your hormonal cascades is no exception. In fact, as you grow more critical to maintain engagement precisely because age-related decline accelerates naturally. Where younger men can coast on robust baseline function, older men must proactively today I want to begin with preserve their sexual health to avoid a downward spiral that is often irreversible. Did you know that as we age, the very first part of our body to show signs of decline isn't our eyesight? It's not even our heart. Any cultural baggage for a moment. It's not our arms or back either. From the standpoint of urology and men's health research, regular ejaculation and arousal are maintenance activities. It's not just about feeling tired or well-being as brushing your teeth or getting stiffness or soreness after a long day. No, it's about something much more prostate health. Your hidden vulnerability. Imagine not being able to climb the stairs in your own home, struggling to get up from a chair at the dinner table, complex functions, or worst of all, including producing seminal fluid, regulating urinary control, shielding your reproductive tract from infections. Decades of studies, most famously the large cohort studies from Europe and the US, have shown a statistically significant correlation between frequent ejaculation and a reduced risk of prostate cancer. Here's the logic. Your prostate collects and stores prostatic fluid, which can accumulate metabolic byproducts, inflammatory agents, and even carcinogenic substances over time. Regular ejaculation clears out this buildup, reducing the likelihood of inflammation and abnormal cellular changes. When Mark stops engaging in any form of sexual release, he isn't simply losing libido. He's potentially allowing his prostate to become a stagnant reservoir for harmful compounds. And while no single factor determines prostate cancer risk, disuse is a modifiable contributor. Imagine discovering years from now that a simple natural habit could have lessened your odds of one of the most common cancers in older men. Maybe climbing erectile function, just a little inevitable cost of inactivity. Maybe your balance isn't quite what it destructive myth right now. If your erectile decline is not an unavoidable result, this message is for you. Yes, vascular changes and hormonal to ourselves right now, but lifestyle and engagement matter signs that will do what it takes to stay strong, is a vascular organ dependent on high-volume blood flow and tissue elasticity. Why Erections are fundamentally a hydraulic response requiring open, flexible blood vessels. Well, I want you to picture something for a moment. Imagine
Healthy,
your body
smooth
is like a
muscle and
bank
collagen
account.
structures
In
inside
your
the
20s and 30s, you're
cavernosum.
making deposits.
Regular
Strength,
erections
stamina,
are your
flexibility.
maintenance
You're building
routine.
up savings without
Whether
even
through
realizing
partnered
it.
intimacy or
But as we
self-stimulation,
age,
they
around our
oxygenate
40s
erectile
and 50s,
tissues,
the withdrawals
keep
start.
blood vessels dilated,
And
preserve nerve
unfortunately, we don't get any
responsiveness.
notifications
When
about
Mark
those withdrawals.
deprioritizes
They
this
just
engagement,
happen,
he begins
silently,
a process called venous
gradually,
leak and fibrosis,
until one day you
microatrophy
think,
of erectile tissues, progressive
why is
loss
getting
of
up off this
elasticity,
couch a little harder?
hardening of the smooth muscle walls.
This process
This
is
is why
called
men who stop
sarcopenia,
having erections,
the
especially over
gradual,
several months or
age-related loss
years,
of muscle
notice
mass and strength.
softer, less
Starting in your
reliable
40s, you
erections,
lose up to 1%
longer
of your
arousal
muscle
times
mass
each year.
a loss in girth
By the time
and
you reach your
length.
60s and
This
beyond,
gradual
that
decline,
number
sometimes
doubles.
called bedroom
And
atrophy,
for some, it
is not
accelerates
merely a
even
cosmetic
faster.
change.
Now here's the catch.
It can eventually
Your legs are
culminate
always
in
in
true
use.
erectile dysfunction.
Every time you stand,
Hormonal
walk,
balance,
sit, bend,
the
lift,
overlooked
they're
feedback
doing the
loop.
work.
They're your
Many men are
hardest
shocked
working
to learn how
muscles.
strongly sexual
So
activity
naturally, they're the
influences
first
their
to feel the
endocrine
loss.
system. It begins, let's break this down in
subtly.
simple terms.
Maybe
you walk a little
testosterone,
slower
your
uphill,
primary
maybe you
male
need to
hormone,
steady yourself
essential
when
for
getting out of
vitality,
bed, muscle preservation,
bone
density,
maybe
and
one
sexual
day
function.
you miss a step.
Cortisol, your stress
You see,
hormone,
weak
which
legs
rises
aren't
with
just
chronic
about
tension,
feeling
suppresses
off.
immune
They're
function,
directly linked
and
to
antagonizes
falls to
mobility loss
testosterone.
and even to shorter
Sexual
lifespans.
arousal and orgasm
In
trigger.
fact,
Spikes
spikes in
are the leading
oxytocin,
cause
the
of
bonding and
injury-related
relaxation
deaths
hormone,
for adults over
surges
65.
in dopamine,
That's not
the
said to
reward
scare you.
neurotransmitter,
It's said to
a
empower
reduction
you.
in cortisol,
Because
calming your
sarcopenia
nervous
is not a
system.
one-way street.
This
You can
hormonal
fight it,
interplay
you can
has
slow it,
powerful
and
downstream
in many
benefits.
cases,
You can
better
even
sleep,
reverse it.
improved mood.
I want to tell you
healthier
about
testosterone
Margaret.
rhythm.
She's 72.
Mark's
For
choice
years,
to
her
neglect
leg
had grown
self-stimulation
weaker.
doesn't
Stairs
just
became
deprive
her
him
enemy.
of pleasure. She
It
stopped
leaves him
walking in the
trapped in a
park
state
she
of
once
elevated
loved,
stress
but she
and
made one
low-grade
simple
hormonal
change.
dysregulation.
She started eating
Over
for her
time,
legs.
this
She
erodes
gave
his
them what they
motivation,
needed: protein,
clarity,
nutrients,
confidence in
daily
his own
movement.
masculinity.
And
guess
this
what?
erosion is gradual,
3 months
often
later,
so subtle
she was
that
walking
men
every
only
morning
realize
again.
something precious
She
has
even
been
joined a
lost when
beginner's ballroom
reclaiming it
dance
feels
class.
impossible. That's what's possible
4.
when you act.
Mental and emotional
So
equilibrium
take a moment
beyond the
right now
bedroom.
and ask yourself,
Too often,
are your
we
legs
fail
as
to
strong as they
appreciate the
once were?
psychological
Do you feel
dimension of sexual
confident when you
expression.
walk or
It's an
climb
outlet
or
for
stand?
pent-up tension.
If the answer is
A
no,
release valve
don't
for
feel discouraged.
frustration.
A
Feel
source of
motivated,
comfort, especially
because
during
change
times
is
of
right in
loneliness
front of
or
you.
grief. Ready to
When
hear what
older
your
men
legs have been
deny
craving
themselves
all
this
along?
outlet,
Let's jump into the
consequences
first of
are
our three
cumulative.
powerhouse
Restlessness
foods.
and irritability
Now that we
become the
understand why our
baseline.
legs weaken first,
Sleep
it's time to
quality
talk about how we
declines.
can fight
Emotional
back.
resilience
And the
diminishes.
best place to start? I've seen men like
With
Mark,
the food
once
on your
confident
plate.
and composed, become
Let's
anxious,
begin with one of the
withdrawn,
most
or
powerful
overwhelmed
and
simply because they have
underestimated
no
allies
healthy
for your
channel
legs.
for these primal needs.
Fatty fish.
I'm talking
5.
about
Salmon,
the domino
mackerel,
effect.
mackerel,
Aging
tuna,
accelerates
sardines.
when you
These aren't
neglect
just
this
delicious
area.
options for dinner.
Imagine these
They're
effects
biological
unfolding together:
miracles when it
prostate
comes to muscle
congestion,
strength,
diminishing
joint support,
erectile
and
capacity.
recovery.
Now you might be
Suboptimal
thinking,
testosterone
Dr.
levels,
Anabel,
chronic stress,
fish, poor sleep, rising
Really?
feelings of inadequacy.
Yes, really.
Each issue feeds
Here's
the
why.
next in a self-reinforcing
Fatty
decline.
fish are
packed with omega-3
Mark may
fatty
still
acids.
be lifting weights and
These
eating
are not
clean,
the kind of
but if
fats
he
you need to
ignores this
avoid.
pillar of
They're
health,
the
his
exact
entire
kind your
foundation
body
begins to
craves.
crumble.
Omega-3s
The
are essential
urologist's
fats,
warning,
which means your
a
body
truth
can't
few are
make them
willing
on
to
its own.
voice.
You need to get them from food or
If a leading
supplements.
urologist were
Here's what
sitting here
omega-3s
beside
do
me,
for
they
you.
would tell you plainly,
They reduce inflammation,
sexual health is
which
health.
helps relieve stiffness
Regular
in the legs and
ejaculation,
joints,
whether with a partner
especially
or alone,
helpful
is
if you have
not
arthritis
optional.
or swelling
It
after
is
physical
protective.
activity. They
You don't
speed
need
up
to become
muscle
fixated
recovery,
or
which
obsessed
means your
with
legs bounce
performance.
back
You
faster
don't
after
need to
walking,
conform
climbing
to
stairs,
arbitrary
or exercising.
benchmarking.
You simply need to
They
honor
improve
the
circulation,
principle that
regular
helping oxygen-rich blood get to your
sustains
working
function.
muscles when they need it
Dr.
most.
Anabel.
Now let's talk protein.
Mark's
Fatty
story
fish
is
are
not an
absolutely
outlier.
loaded with
It's
high-quality
the quiet
protein.
reality for millions
The
of
kind
men
your
who've
muscles
allowed
use
cultural
to
shame
rebuild,
and
personal
grow
discomfort,
stronger.
or simple neglect
A
to
single
obscure
4-ounce
the
serving of
importance of
salmon
this
gives
natural
you over
function.
25 grams of
But
protein.
the beauty of biology
That's
is
more
this:
than most
with
protein
awareness and
bars,
consistent
and without
action,
all the additives.
you can reclaim what was lost
And
or
that's not
preserve
all.
what remains
Fatty
vibrant.
fish
are also rich in
And it
vitamin
starts
D,
with a choice.
which helps your body
Let's
absorb
make this
calcium,
incredibly practical
strengthens
now.
bones, and supports
You've heard
your
the
immune
why.
system. You've seen how
This is
neglecting regular
especially important for those
self-stimulation
of us
after
who
age
spend
50
less
can
time in the
spiral
sun
into
or
prostate
live in colder
problems,
climates.
erectile decline,
Think of it
hormonal
this way,
imbalance, and
when you eat
emotional
salmon or
fatigue.
tuna, you're not just
But now
feeding satisfying your
the
hunger.
part that truly
You're
matters.
literally
What
repairing
can you
your
do
legs
about
from the
it?
inside out. Because
Let's break it down
this
with some
isn't
ideas.
just about avoiding disease.
For dinner,
It's about
try a piece of
maximizing
grilled or baked
vitality,
salmon with steamed
about
vegetables
feeling alive
and
in your
quinoa.
body, clear
Add
in
a
your
squeeze
mind,
of lemon
and
and some
confident in your
fresh dill,
masculinity,
delicious
well
and
into
healing.
your 60s,
For lunch,
70s, and
whip
beyond.
up a tuna salad with
So
let's
olive
walk
oil,
through 5
lemon,
proactive
chopped celery,
science-backed
and
strategies
spread it over
that
a
every
slice
man
of whole
over
grain
50
toast.
should consider when it
For a
comes
snack,
to protecting
grab a few
and even
sardines on whole
restoring
grain
his sexual
crackers.
vitality.
Yes, sardines.
One, they're a nutritional
Reframe the
powerhouse
role
and
of sexual
extremely
engagement in
affordable.
your life.
For convenience,
Too many men
keep canned salmon
compartmentalize
or
sexual
tuna in your
activity
pantry
as a luxury,
shelf-stable,
performance, or a
budget-friendly,
hobby
and
of
ready
youth.
to go.
Now,
that mindset
if you don't
must
enjoy
go.
fish, that's
Instead,
okay too.
I want
you
you to
still
think
have
of sexual
options.
expression the same
Try
way you
plant-based
think
sources of omega-3s
taking your
like ground
supplements,
flax
getting your
seeds, add them
cardio
to
in,
yogurt or
flossing your
smoothies.
teeth.
Chia
It's
seeds,
maintenance,
soak in
not
almond milk for an
indulgence.
overnight pudding.
Self-pleasure in particular isn't a
Walnuts,
failure
a
or
perfect
fallback.
snack and salad
It's a healthy,
topper.
autonomous way
You can
to
also
maintain
consider
sexual
a
health
high-quality
when
fish
partner
oil
intimacy
supplement.
isn't available
Just make
or
sure it's
frequent.
from a
The
reputable
medical
source,
community,
and
especially
third-party
urologists,
tested for
endocrinologists,
purity. And sex
Here's a quick
therapists
study that
is
might
very
surprise
clear.
you. Regular,
A
safe,
2015
intentional
study published in the American Journal of
Biologically
Clinical
Appropriate
Nutrition
Activity
found that older
especially
adults
as
who
men
regularly
age.
consumed
2.
omega-3 rich fish
Establish a gentle,
experienced
consistent
less muscle
routine.
loss
Let's move
over
this out of the
time.
shadows.
Nearly 20%
No more secrecy,
slower
no
muscle
more guilt.
decline compared to those who didn't.
If you're over 50,
Imagine
a
that.
simple self-pleasure
Simply
routine,
by adding the
even
right
as
kind of fish to
infrequent
your
as once or
meals a
twice
couple
per
of times a
week,
week,
can
you
offer
could dramatically
immense
slow
physiological
down the very
benefits.
process
Protects
that
erectile
weakens your
function
legs.
through vascular
Isn't that
engagement.
empowering?
Clears the prostate.
So,
Enhances
what can you
mood
do
and
starting
stress
today?
recovery.
You don't
Pick
need to
one day
mimic
this
younger
week.
men.
Just
This isn't
one.
about urgency
And
or
plan a
performance.
meal with
It's about
salmon,
quality over
tuna, or
quantity.
sardines.
Slow,
Add a leafy
mindful
green
engagement
side,
with
and
your
you've
own
already
body.
begun your journey
Dr.
towards
Anabel's
stronger,
tip:
more capable
try
legs.
setting aside time in the evening
All right,
when
now
your
that your
mind
plate is
quiet.
filling up with
Use
strength,
this moment to
let's move
explore
on to
your
our
body
next
with
powerhouse
intention.
food,
Let
one that's
go of
creamy,
pressure,
comforting,
focus on
and
sensation,
surprisingly
not
potent
climax.
when it comes to
The
protecting
journey is
your
what keeps the
bones and
tissues healthy and
muscles.
responsive. Ready? Let's
3.
talk dairy. Support
All right,
your
my
sexual
friend.
health holistically.
We've nourished the muscles
Sexual
with
vitality
omega-3s and
isn't
protein
isolated
from fatty
it reflects
fish.
your entire internal
Now
ecosystem.
let's turn our attention
If
to
you want to
something
ensure your
equally
body
vital,
responds well to
the structure
stimulation,
that supports
you must
those
support
muscles,
the systems
your
that make it
bones.
possible. And to
Here's
do
what
that,
Dr.
we need to
Anabel
talk about one of
recommends.
the most familiar
A.
food groups out there:
Circulatory
dairy.
support.
Blood
Milk,
flow is the
yogurt,
cornerstone of
cheese.
erectile function.
Focus
These aren't
on
just
nitric
comfort
oxide
foods.
boosting
They're
foods like
strength
beets,
foods.
spinach,
You see,
watermelon,
dairy gives your
and
body
pomegranate.
2 critical nutrients:
Moderate
protein
cardio
for muscle
30
maintenance,
minutes of brisk
calcium
walking
or
or
cycling
for bone
at least
density.
5 days a week.
Let's start with
Hydration.
protein. Dehydration
time you
compromises
move,
blood volume
even if
and
it's
pressure.
just standing up from a
B.
chair.
Hormonal
Tiny
health.
micro tears
Preserve
form in your muscles.
testosterone by
This is
prioritizing
normal
deep,
and natural.
uninterrupted sleep.
Your
7
body
to 8
repairs
hours,
these tears with the
managing
help of
stress with
protein,
breath work or mindfulness,
making the muscle
incorporating
even stronger
healthy
than
fats,
before. But
avocados,
here's the
eggs,
catch.
nuts into your diet.
As we age, our bodies
See
become
pelvic floor
less
engagement.
efficient at using
You've heard of
protein to
Kegels
build
for
and
women,
repair.
but men benefit
That means
tremendously
we
too.
need more
The
protein,
pelvic floor muscles
not
are key
less.
in achieving
And
strong,
dairy?
sustained
It
erections,
delivers.
preventing premature
Did you know that just one
ejaculation.
cup of milk contains about 8
Enhancing
grams of
sensation and
high-quality
control.
protein? Or that
Dr.
Greek
Anabel's
yogurt,
tip, one of my
contract the
absolute
same muscles
favorites,
you'd use to
can
stop
pack up to
urinating
20 grams
midstream.
of protein in
Hold
a
for
single
5
serving.
seconds. Release.
That's like
Repeat
giving your
10
legs a
times
direct
daily.
fuel injection every
You're
time you
building the
enjoy
internal
it.
scaffolding of your
Protein
sexual
is
strength.
only half the story.
4. Remove shame from
Let's
the
talk
equation.
about calcium.
So many
the
of my patients,
unsung
highly
hero of
intelligent,
bone
accomplished
strength.
men, still carry
Calcium
out
is what gives
outdated
your bones
cultural
their
beliefs
density,
around
your ability to
masturbation.
resist
They
pressure,
whisper,
carry
"Is
your
this
weight,
still
and
normal
keep
at
you
my
from breaking
age?
hip during a fall.
Or isn't this
And
something
yet,
I should have
after age
outgrown?"
50,
Let me
many
be
people
absolutely
begin
clear.
absorbing less calcium from their food.
Sexual energy doesn't
On
expire.
top of that, we
Your
naturally
body's
start
capacity
losing bone
for
density
pleasure,
over time.
connection, and release
Especially
is
women
not
after
childish.
menopause.
It's
That's why it's
cellular.
non-negotiable
It's
to get enough
wired into
calcium
your
daily.
biology. And
You don't
dairy,
age out
it
of
makes
this.
it easy.
You maintain it or you
A
lose
cup of
it.
milk,
We must let go of the idea that pleasure is shameful or
a serving of
unnecessary
yogurt,
in later
200
life.
to 400 milligrams.
Every part of your
A
health
slice of
matters,
hard cheese,
not just your
200
cholesterol and
milligrams
joints.
or more.
5. Most
Recognize
adults over
the
50
emotional
need
and
about
cognitive
1/1200
payoffs.
milligrams of
This
calcium
may
per day,
surprise
which
you,
means
but
dairy
regular
can get
sexual
you most of the way
release,
there
including
without
self-stimulation, is correlated
And if you're
with
lactose intolerant,
improved focus
don't
and
worry,
memory
you're
due
not
to
left out.
dopamine
Many
regulation.
brands now offer
Enhanced
lactose-free
resilience
milk
during
or
stress.
plant-based milks like
Better
almond or
emotional
soy that are
self-regulation
fortified
and
with
decision-making.
calcium and vitamin
A
D.
2021 study published
can
in the
also
Journal
get
of Sexual
calcium from
Medicine
leafy
found that men
greens,
over
tofu,
55 who
and
maintain
fortified
sexual
cereals.
activity, even
But dairy
solo,
remains one of the most
demonstrated
bioavailable
sharper
sources,
cognitive
meaning your
recall,
body absorbs it
fewer
more efficiently.
symptoms of depression, and improved
Let me tell you a
sleep
quick
quality and
story. There's a
duration.
man named Robert,
These
a
aren't
retired school
abstract
principal,
benefits.
age
They are
68.
daily upgrades
He
in
started
how you
noticing
show
his
up at
legs
work,
were
in your
giving out on him when
relationships,
climbing
and in your
stairs.
private moments.
His doctor suggested
Mark,
2 simple
the
man
things.
we've been following
1,
could go
add
from
more
feeling
dairy.
sluggish,
2,
withdrawn, and
start
unfocused
short daily
to
walks.
energetic,
Robert wasn't
clear-headed,
sure it would
and
make a
emotionally
grounded
but he
simply by
tried.
integrating
A glass
this
of milk
one
with
piece of
breakfast.
health he
Greek
had been
yogurt in the
ignoring.
afternoon.
Within
What
2
if you're
months, he
already
wasn't just
noticing
climbing
decline?
stairs, he was back
This
to
is an
walking the
important
golf
moment,
course
so
with his
listen
buddies.
carefully.
That's how
If you're watching
powerful
this
these
and
small
realizing,
changes
I've
can
already
be.
lost function,
Here are
it's
some
probably
ways you
too
can
late.
start today.
Please hear me.
Pour a glass of milk
It
at
is not
breakfast,
too late.
or have it before bed
The
for better
body is
sleep.
remarkably adaptive,
Make a
even after
parfait with
years of
Greek
disuse.
yogurt, berries, and a
I've had
sprinkle of
patients in their
flax seeds,
70s and
great
even
for your
80s who were
muscles
able to
and
restore
brain.
some or
Add
most
a
of their
slice of
erectile
cheese to a
function,
whole grain
libido,
sandwich,
and
or
confidence
melt it into
with
a
just a
veggie
few
omelet.
changes. For a fun snack,
Gentle
cheese
re-engagement
cubes with
with
apple slices and
self-stimulation,
walnuts, pelvic floor
fast,
work,
easy, and leg-loving.
improving circulation.
And here's a little-known fact.
Eliminating
a large
shame and
European
performance
study
anxiety.
found that older
It doesn't
adults who
happen
consumed
overnight,
adequate
but with
protein and calcium
consistency,
from
you will
dairy
notice
had greater
changes.
leg strength, Dr. Anabel's encouragement, faster walking speeds compared to those who didn't. In other words, it is always possible when you begin with awareness and continue with care. So whether it's milk, yogurt, scene shifts to Dr. Anabel's seated calmly, making direct eye contact. Part of your daily rhythm. Men in their golden years are often bombarded with messages about the foundation, how everything gets worse, how they should lower for everything from picking up your grandkids to exploring that hiking trail you've been dreaming about. Your body is not betraying you. It's simply responding to how you engage with it. It's time to move on to our third and final powerhouse food. It's colorful, even soft, vibrant, compassionate attention, packed with more muscle-saving nutrients than most people realize. Let's take a moment to address some about the leg-saving magic, the silent beliefs that hold men back from embracing their full health potential. Because very often on the side of the plate, biology might just be your leg's greatest ally. Misinformation. I'm talking about leafy greens. Myth number 1: masturbation decreases testosterone. Arugula, this is a collard green, but here's the truth: Swiss chard. While ejaculation causes a short temporary dip in testosterone measured in hours, they are absolutely nutritional powerhouses, depleting effect. And when it comes to muscle strength, bone density, and even nerve sexual release, may help stabilize and support healthy testosterone levels indirectly. You've probably heard of vitamin K. Maybe from a multivitamin does not harm your hormones. Most people don't realize how important it is for bone health. Vitamin K helps your body bind calcium to masturbate at this age, acting like the glue that keeps your skeletal system strong and scientific basis. Without enough vitamin K, even if you're getting calcium from the American Urological Association and the World Health Organization, solo sexual activity is considered a healthy behavior across the lifespan. Just half a cup of cooked kale can give you reduces tension and anxiety, requirement of supports hormonal regulation. Then we have magnesium, erectile tissue superstar of muscle health. Magnesium plays less of a major role in helping your muscles contract and relax smoothly. More of one for understanding and protecting it. To stiffness. Myth number 3: spasms. If I have annoying leg cramps that wake you up at 2 a.m., a low sex drive doesn't mean it's over. It means your body is like spinach and Swiss chard or some of the richest sources of magnesium you can elevated chronic stress, poor circulation or nutrition, potassium, or even emotional disconnection from hydration and energy inside the muscle fibers. But here's what's amazing: potassium keeps your muscles fueled and balanced. Can revive. It's like the electrical charge that keeps your legs all firing with strength, consistent engagement. And even if you're not in the mood, just stimulating blood flow without pressure for climax sends vital oxygen and nutrients that every time you add leafy greens to your body payoff of regular sexual engagement what they need to stay strong, coordinated, Let's zoom out. And pain-free. You now know that self-stimulation isn't just about the bedroom. Linda is 65 and nearly struggling with muscle fatigue and leg cramps. Here's a snapshot of what her doctor wanted to start her on medication, but her physical therapist said of regular sexual activity. Before we go that route, prostate flushes toxins, lowers cancer risk, vascular elasticity, in her morning oxygen delivery, hormonal, a kale salad at cortisol, with supports testosterone, nervous, a handful of arugula blended into her stress smoothie, muscular, she wasn't sure anything was happening, cognitive, until one morning she realized something, emotional releases tension, support her balance improved. She could walk farther without needing to sexual maintenance in your definition of health. Linda swears by her for pleasure alone, but for prevention, preservation, and vitality. Closing message backs reclaiming your masculine vitality. Study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who imagined at the start daily are up to 30% less likely to develop mobility issues. Maybe you've been diligent about your heart, your diet, your finances, but quietly allowed this part of your health to recede. Small improvement. That stops the difference between living independently. You now have the knowledge and relying on someone else to help you out of a chair. Not power over others, so now the big power over your own. How can you add more greens? You can preserve your function. You can protect your prostate. You can regain confidence in your body. It takes breakfast, consistency. Add a handful of spinach or kale into your omelet, courage to frittata or breakfast wrap. May ignore. At lunch, try a kale or arugula salad with nuts, energy, seeds, olive oil, and confidence. Simple, bright, deeper connection to your own masculinity. At dinner, Anabel smiles collard greens into the camera. With garlic. If this message resonated with you, for a side dish that now understand how essential self-stimulation is to your overall health as into a smoothie with banana, almond milk, and a scoop of protein powder. You make this part of your health routines, but not your shame closet. You for it, and don't do it alone. Here's the bonus: subscribe to Vitality Health 101 right now. They help regulate blood sugar, protect your heart. We're here for you every week with discreet your doctor-led strategies, blood flow and reducing longevity, hormonal support, erections after 60. You don't need a prescription for the best version of yourself, inside and out. So to recap. You now know the 3 foods your legs are practically begging for. You deserve to thrive in every dimension of your manhood. Fatty fish for muscle repair and joint support. I'm Dr. Anabel. 2, dairy for bone strength and muscle protein. Strong, sharp, and sexually vital. Leafy greens for essential minerals, hydration, and long-term mobility. But we're not done yet, because here's the secret most people miss. Food gives your body the tools, but habits are what put them to work. So, in the next section, we're going to explore the daily lifestyle habits that activate everything you've just learned.